Yeah, so being a tutor puts one responsibility on you, right? What your students don't know, right? You have to. They don't care how you study
How
it.
you study or not.
You
They
get
just
it.
want you to
You must, yeah, you
have to
must.
bring the responsibility
So it
on
puts
you.
on the responsibility.
Is my mic working? BootClass is an academic organization.
Imagine connecting with renowned lecturers and high-achieving students.
My journey as a communication strategist.
Join the convocation of Eagles. Ensure.
Hello guys, welcome back to Elia's channel, Campus Rapport. As promised, we are here with yet another great personality on campus who have been of very great impact to students' academics life. My name is James Said and I am your host, and here with me is my co-host. Today we are privileged to have the co-founder of the BootClass, Mr. Oyedokun Joshua Kende. Oyedokun Joshua Kende is a driven and impact-focused individual who leverages technology to drive personal and societal growth. As an information systems student at the Federal University of Technology, Akure, Futa, in his penultimate year, Kende combines academic rigor with practical experience to develop innovative solutions. Through his leadership roles, Kende has demonstrated his commitment to fostering academic excellence, innovative thinking, and technological awareness. As co-founder of BootClass, Kende has inspired students to strive for academic excellence. Additionally, as director of software for Infosa Futa, Kende has played a pivotal role in organizing transformative tech events that introduce students to the world of technology. His technical expertise as a junior software engineer is evident in his projects, which emerge technical functionality with user-centered design. His proficiency in Flutter and React Native has enabled him to build innovative solutions that create value. Beyond his technical endeavors, Kende is passionate about purposeful living, personal transformation, and leadership. He believes that these are pillars essential for meaningful growth and societal development. As an advocate for quality education, Kende underscores his commitment to education as a transformative tool for individuals and communities. Through his mentorship, collaboration, and leadership, Kende fosters a culture of excellence and creativity, inspiring and empowering others to grow. Please, let's welcome Mr. Kende Joshua.
Well, good evening, and I'm happy to be with you. Thank you for having me on this interview.
All right. Thank you so much. We are glad to have you here as well. To start with, how are you doing as a student in Futa? How have you been? How is this semester going?
This is one of the toughest semesters that I've experienced on this campus.
Wow.
It's been a lot, but I know that we're going to survive.
Yeah, we're going to do it. I can relate actually. I can relate because at least we are in the same place, since we are able to relate how it's going. It's really been tough, but I believe we'll stay through. Yes, to go straight to the interview of the day, the questions of the day. To start with, what is BootClass all about?
BootClass is an academic organization that was created to help students prepare strategically for academic excellence and to equip them for the life outside after school. So at BootClass, we believe that education is one of the tools that we need, to change our world. And we believe that at BootClass, we believe that for a third world country like Nigeria, right, one of the things that we need to make meaningful bargain of our ideas in a global scale is education. So what we are doing at BootClass is just to help students, the students that we can reach out to in Nigeria and Africa as a large. So we want to help them to prepare for academic excellence. So that's basically what we are doing.
Wow, such a very great overview. Thank you so much for bringing that overview to the platform. Yes, on to the next question.
Yes, I saw that you talked about having to help students. And so what was the inspiration behind it? Was it someone that inspired you to go start this, or you saw that students were really not doing well? I just want to know inspired you? What came to your mind before you started?
Okay. All right. Thank you for that. So it's all began in year 2020. Yeah, back in Ibadan, Oyo State, Nigeria. So I think that was around the time there was lockdown. That was coronavirus period. So that time everything was on lockdown. Students could not go to school and all of that. So the passion just came. Seeing students walking up and down the streets, not doing anything. So that was when it all started. The passion just developed in us that okay, we can actually help these students to prepare for for their school stuff after the lockdown. So that was how it all started. So and at BootClass we believe that we have a calling, we have a mandate to actually help provide solutions to academic problems in our world. So yeah.
Thank you very much for that good answer. Yes. How has been the journey so far? You said it started since 2020. How did you even cope throughout the corona period? It was a lockdown. So how could a boot camp, which involved bringing people together, how could you cope with that? Yes. How did it happen?
Yeah, all right. So in 2020 then, so all we could work with was just students in our locality then. That was in Ibadan. Right? But when we got admission to FUTA here to study, so we had to bring everything that we're doing then. We have to bring it to Akure here. So we started then with just a team of 8 individuals, but now we have grown to a team of over 40.
Wow.
Our impact has increased from students of about 30 to more than 4,000. Wow. We have a thriving online community of students where we engage them with activities and a lot of things that will help them to prepare for academic excellence. So
has it been easy, tough, or how has it been going?
Well, it's not been easy. Anyone that wants to make a difference in our world is going to be willing to make a lot of sacrifice. So it's been a tough one, but with the support of our team and our sponsors, and I think
everything is good to go. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much for such a very great elaboration on the journey so far, how the platform has been. But what I want to ask now is that yes, you have come a long way. Journey started in 2020 and here we are in 2025, and glory to God that you all are still pushing. I believe there are future plans, I believe there are advancements, because no one wants to start something and remain the same forever. So I believe there are future plans. I don't know if you could share with us some of the future prospects or future plans that the BootClass has, or even for students as we still grow wider in our connection and our reach.
All right, so we have a very large future plan. So we are starting here in Akure, right? And like the Bible says that we should start from our Jerusalem, right? But the goal is to the ends of the world, right? So our goal is to actually take the whole of Africa. So we want to reach as many students that we can reach out to, and the vision remains, even though the plan changes as we go on. The vision is just to help students prepare for academic excellence, and to help them develop their leadership skills, and to make them fit for the undergraduate world. That's the life after school. So basically that's just it.
Please, to augment that question as well, you also please give us some insight on how students can actually get access to this platform, because I believe it's possible actually to meet up with a student, probably a new student, and ask him, do you know about the BootClass? And be like, I don't know what that was about. How can students get access to the resources, the tutorials, and the services provided by the BootClass?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I think the first thing, if any student that is watching this wants to get access to our services, our community materials, and all of that, so the first thing is you can go on Instagram, you can go on Facebook. We have an online presence on those two. Okay, we are on LinkedIn as well. So just search BootClass. So our contact links are there. Also, we have a thriving Telegram community. So you can go on Telegram, search the BootClass. And if none of that is working by you, we have publicity materials on campus, and we have an event coming up, and very soon our publicity materials will be all over the school. So anywhere you see BootClass, then you should know that okay, there will be a way that you can reach out to us. So our services are free. Yeah.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. I'm glad to hear that. In fact, that Telegram is very, very important because anytime I visit the Telegram, I have a vast, enormous resources to reach out to for each of my courses. I can just go there and get the questions, past questions on this courses and all of that. So I wouldn't want you to miss such an opportunity. So look for a BootClass or find a way of getting the Telegram so that you will be able to have access to those materials. Yes, you made mention of a program that is coming up. Please, can you briefly, because I've been seeing the flyer around actually, so but I want you to briefly tell us how the program came about and then.
I guess you are talking about Academic Excellence Conference.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, all right.
Exactly.
So, Academic Excellence Conference is one of our initiatives at the BootClass, to help students, to help them achieve academic excellence. So it's a virtual conference coming up on the 23rd. That's 2 days time. It's a virtual conference, and we have 2 speakers, and these are reputed academically excellent students, right? So that's Oyedele Daniel, Don, you should know him, and we have Oyedokun Samuel, that's the president of NAIS. Yeah, you can expect attendees, come with your jotting materials. You want to learn from the best. You want to learn practical insight that you can use to prepare for your oncoming exams. Yeah.
Oh, that's great. This is coming at a very, very good and a strategic time. I think our exam will be coming up in a few weeks' time. In about 2 weeks. So it will be like a good starting point for students who have still been struggling since the beginning of the semester, and then they have not even have any urge to prepare.
That was the plan actually.
Exactly. So it is very strategic. So I wouldn't want you to miss this webinar. It's going to be a conference, an online webinar. So I wouldn't want you to miss it. So you are going to see the flyer. We'll be going on a short break now. You'll be seeing the display of the flyer and the details about the event. Make sure you get the details and then make sure that you don't miss the event. Like I mentioned, we'll be going on a very short break, but please stay with us. We'll be back very shortly. Thank you.
Imagine connecting with renowned lecturers and high-achieving students.
My journey as a communications strategist.
Join the convocation of Eagles. Ensure.
Is my mic working?
BootClass is an academic organization.
So welcome back from that short break. And to our next question, we're talking about academic success and how this webinar is going to help them to have some of those ideas. So how easy or how difficult is it to obtain a 5.0 GPA?
Yeah, well, we need to understand that every level of success requires a measure of sacrifice, right? So achieving 5 dots, as to me, I would say it's not that easy, right? It's easy, it's achievable, but it's not that easy, right? There is a level of sacrifice that is required, and if you are willing, to give it what it takes, it is achievable, right? So the price of reading for long hours, the price of attention, the price of focus, the price of when your mates, they are busy, enjoying their time, whiling away time with frivolities, then you have to be committed and dedicated to studying. So if you are willing to pay the price, I think it is achievable, right? One thing that academically excellent students, what they believe is that nothing is actually hard. Some things just take long time, right? So if you want to achieve academic excellence, so I think the only requirement is, are you willing to pay the price that comes with it? So if you are willing and you are ready to pay the price, then it is achievable.
All right. Thank you very much for that right answer.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It's really, really interesting that many of us wish to get. Don't you want to have a 5 dot? Tell me. Yes, every one of us. Yeah, exactly. So every one of us want to have a 5 dot, but I think it's the sacrifice part that is the major challenge for most students. Yes. I know you've mentioned about the Academic Excellence Conference coming up. In what other practical way is your platform assisting students to prepare very well for this upcoming exam, especially for students that want to obtain a for his area GPA?
Yeah, well, I've talked about Academic Excellence Conference earlier. So that's also one of the initiatives and one of the plans that we have to help students to prepare for the exam. So aside that, we have what we call marathon revision class, right? And what marathon revision class is all about is to provide last minute preparation, for students. There are concepts that you have been trying to wrap your head around it since the beginning of the semester, and you've not gotten. So what we want to do is, our tutors are there to dissect the things that you have been struggling to study. So it's going to be a week-long event, and our focus is for the 100 level students, the 200 level, and the 300 level students. So for the 100 level, courses like MTS, physics, chemistry, ME, and those general courses, those general courses. So want to help them, to provide last-minute preparation for them.
And all these are not paid, apparently.
No, it's free. Yeah, it's free.
Wow.
Yeah.
You are missing a lot if you choose not to be part of this.
Yeah, the publicity materials are actually available on our pages as well. So another thing is that our Telegram channel, we have materials. We know that many students, while preparing for exam, some they read different materials, right? You get to exam and you discover that, oh, this is not what I saw in the material, right? I'm reading it, you get it. So our Telegram channel is filled with materials that will help you. Okay, you want to read for physics 101, for example. So we have materials there, we have textbooks, we have past questions, right? We have solved questions there too, right? So students can just go to our Telegram channel, and lay their hands on those materials. They are free.
Wow, that's great. That's such a very great initiative for every one of us, for students and everyone, especially those that are preparing very hard for their exam. It's going to be wonderful. You don't want to miss it. If you're 100 level and you're afraid of any course, make sure that you're available for that marathon revision week. Yes, I want to briefly ask you, being a student and also you're a tutor as well, I want you to give us what are the steps that you personally, like, I'm not saying you should just in a general, personally, how do you, as a student and you're also a tutor, just imagine you teaching yourself as a student as well. So how have you been able to, cope with these two scenarios, being a student and also being a tutor? How has it helped you in a way?
Yeah, well, being a student and being a tutor at the same time, I think it's very, very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
It's very interesting. Yeah, I've been here and I've been there, so and I can tell it's yeah. So being a tutor puts one responsibility on you, right? What your students don't know, right? You have to. It does not. They don't care how you study.
You study or not.
You get it. You must. Yeah, you
That
must.
brings the responsibility
So it puts on the responsibility. Right? Even though if I don't want to study. Even though I don't want to
makes
learn
you
this
want
stuff.
to know more.
Exactly. And mind you, when I'm learning, I'm not learning to have information. I'm learning to understand. Exactly. So I want to learn the basics. I want to learn the crux so that I'll be able to explain in a very practical way. Right. So I think being a student, being a tutor has actually helped me being a student because I tend to understand the concept more.
Wow.
Do you get it now? So I think it's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. Yeah.
So coming to the highlights of this week's interview, we want to know what your general advice is going to be for all students, maybe not just in this our local, even to far and wide. Since we know we are taking this program to a global level. So what would be your advice to students far and wide?
Yeah, well, I'll just say one thing. There are different principles of academic excellence, right? There are different. I'll just share one now. Let me just say this. I'll talk about the law of discovery, right? Now, if you want to achieve academic excellence, as a matter of fact, the whole game of academic excellence, it revolves around one thing, and that thing is, knowing who you are and knowing what works for you. Do you get it now? So there are strategies that works for me. For me as a person, I read with music plugged in. I can be listening to something like that is as loud as anything. That works for me. Do you get me? And I have a roommate who does not even want to hear music when he's preparing for exam or studying. So knowing what works for you is going to give you the leverage, right? Now, I listened to John Obidi one day and he said something that every one of us has a genius inside of us. but the challenge is that we have not discovered it, right? So when you discover the genius inside of you, you discover that, oh, academic excellence is just a stroll in the park. It's achievable for you. So any student that is listening to me, my only advice for you is that discover who you are, discover what strategies works for you. There is a way you read that makes you understand. There is a way you can there is a way I read courses that involves calculation. There is a way you read courses that does not involve calculation, right? So know all of these things. When you know all of these things, you discover that academic excellence is just a stroll in the park, something that you can achieve. Yeah, people that are achieving academic excellence, they don't have two heads, right? They don't have three heads, right? All of us, we are on the same, we have the same advantage, right? But what gives those people the unfair advantage is the ability to discover themselves. They know what works for them, right? So, and even that's why you see some students, they tend to follow the flow. They see their friends playing, so they themselves too, they are playing, and you don't know what sacrifice this person is paying in the secret. So when you know what works for you, right, you are going to know how you are going to navigate your way through academic excellence. So that's my advice.
All right. Thank you so much as well for coming around today. I know it's not really been easy having to juggle a lot of things together. I know it's quite difficult. So we appreciate your presence. And we also appreciate the work that you are doing at the BootClass. And it's our prayer that the Lord will continue to uplift you all.
Amen.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you.
Kudos to you guys. I love this initiative. Well done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you very much.
Yeah.
All right, so to you, our audience, thanks for your amazing persons. We appreciate you staying tuned. Thanks for staying tuned to the end of the program. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Instagram, Andu, and TikTok. Till next time, I remain your host, Ruth Nelson. Bye.
Imagine connecting with renowned lecturers and high-achieving students.
My journey as a communication strategist.
Join the convocation of eagles and soar.
Is my mic working?
BootClass is an academic organization.
Imagine connecting with renowned lecturers and high-achieving students.
My journey as a communication strategist.
Join the convocation of eagles and soar.